starting the third new weekly series that I've entitled DeFi Roundup. Unsure how long this series will run. May need to adjust to altcoins in general. But there are so many people asking me and others about DeFi related content, charts, information. I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. Let's talk about some charts of most coins I know nothing about. So this is not trading advice. This is not highlighting important projects or projects that you should become involved with. I'm simply going down a list of some potentially considerable DeFi charts here. I bounce around on timeframes, I bounce around on indicators. I'll do my best to explain, give you the nuggets of information that I think are valuable here. If we start with the Mac Daddy of them all, Link, all these charts are USD by the way, just for simplicity's sake. If we start with the Mac Daddy Link, earliest trading began 2017, which is really an anomaly when you compare most of these DeFi tokens. Most of them are new, they're fresh, the unlocks are variable, the governance is variable, the rebasing is variable. I don't know or care about any of that stuff. I'm just looking at the chart. So they all are 100% pre-mine for the most part, arguably, including Link. But because of Link's trading history, you can use higher time frame metrics to help trading decisions. So this is the 2-year MA. It's actually the half-year MA, 183. 183-day MA right here, moving average. This is 5 times that up here. 5x the 2-year MA. Half-year MA. I keep messing that up. You have to adjust this depending on the trading history. Is there 10 years of history like BTC? Is there 3 years of history, etc.? You have to adjust it. So this is half year down here. This is 5x the half year. What this gives you is an oscillator as far as oversold, overbought. So in July, September, it was approaching overbought, and sure enough, just as it did in July 2019, pulled back. The market said, you know what? It's a little too hot. The distance from the 183 moving average, arbitrary, and curve fitted on purpose to determine a top and a bottom here, okay? The market said, you know what, that's too much. It's overbought. So the mean reversion, which is what most of these charts are, they're either a mean reversion or just complete catastrophic death and doom with no signs of stopping. It's really binary right now. There's really no in between. It's either mean reverting or death and doom, risk of going to zero, that sort of thing. So oversold or overbought, oversold. If you're a buyer, you're looking for anything below the 183-day moving average based on this indicator, which is curve fitted on purpose. Buy zone, buy zone, buy zone, buy zone. Okay, sell zone, sell zone. The white line here is the median line. Kind of shows the strength of the intermediate up or down. Another thing I'll be looking at is RSI. Mainly for bullish and bearish divergences in all of these charts. I'd be looking for a bullish divergence because they've sold off 40-50% over the past couple days, 30 days. Okay, I don't want to be overly dramatic here. My bias is obvious. I'm anti-DeFi, okay? There, I just laid it on the table. Everybody's aware. I own none of these coins. I am completely unlinked to any of them. Let's look at AAVE, lend from HitBTC. Another thing you have to do with these charts is check all the exchanges they're listed on, because some of them have a ton of history, trading history. Some of them have like 2 months worth of trading history because they were just listed. So this actually has comparable trading history to the Link in that it's going on 2 years plus now, and it absolutely exploded. And really technically just a clean 5200 bullish cross that just propelled this sucker all the way up. This is what you want to see. If you're a trend rider like me, trend rider dyer like me, you're looking for these, trying to sniff them out like a truffle pig, because it's super simple to buy and hold. Buy and hold is the easiest thing you could do. There's a reason the hodl is a meme, okay? Golden cross, you're still holding. Your stop loss is probably around the 200. Arguably you're stopped out here. Here, if you're, depending on how tight you're trading this. But at this point, it's up whatever percentage it's up. I think it's safe to say that a stop loss at the 200 is pretty reasonable. Whereas down here, you could say, I'm going to let it ride, see what happens, because it hasn't exactly gone to bubble territory in the moment. So it's hindsight, whatever, depending how you want to trade this. That's you, it's your book, it's your lend AAVE situation. But this is looking like a mean reversion attempt in the making, no bullish divergence yet. So I'd expect this to retap the 200-day EMA before any further decisions are made. Some of these charts also have either either a head and shoulders, which arguably there's a head and shoulders here. It's more apparent on Link BTC, which is a bearish reversal pattern, or they've got this falling wedge situation, which is potentially a bullish reversal sign. For altcoins, specifically in the falling wedge territory, I've seen more often than not that they just kind of poop out the bottom and don't actually revert bullishly. Now, these are the charts that I loved seeing because they remind me so much of Zcash, another one of my favorite loves in life. Just slow bleed, death, day over day. This is the 1 hour chart on UNI, UNI, I don't know how to say that, whatever, the governance token for Uniswap. If it's on the hourly, it's going to be more noisy than higher time frames like the daily, so just keep that in mind. But you're just seeing just nothing but death. It's hard to get in a market like this because it's not quite despair yet. Despair would be like new all-time lows, like below 240 or something. However, you are seeing a bullish divergence here because you're getting lower lows in price. Actually, you're not seeing a bullish divergence just yet. So, never mind. You're not even seeing a bullish divergence yet. I thought you were here, but I guess not. This is just, the forecast here is more doom because there's no strength. Bearish momentum has not even begun to wane. Arguably here, you're getting a lower low with an equal RSI. That's our potential bullish divergence. Medium to mild bullish divergence if you're a Taco Bell fan. But it's tough to stomach a buy here on a chart that looks like that, I think, for obvious reasons. Here's another one of those, this is SNX on the daily. Another one of those falling wedge type situations, mean reversion type situations. Arguable bullish divergence beginning to start here with the lower low in price and a equal RSI. Mild bullish divergence, which is what you'd expect at the 200. I think a lot of people in general, whether they know it or not, indirectly or directly, are looking at feeling the averages. They're feeling that this was overbought. They're feeling that it's returning to some reasonable price based on the past year's worth of trading, right? And again, you have this bullish 5200 cross that have just been, both times have just been excellent entries. Excellent entries. People like to hate on the MA crosses for being lagging indicators of trading. And I'm here to tell you, nay, they are wrong. Excellent entries here. And you can look at these examples over and over again on multiple charts, multiple coins. YFI. Oh man, this is the 4 hour Binance. Here's a great example of a bullish divergence, actually. You're getting a lower low in price, higher low in RSI. This may continue to grow, as in you'll get lower lows, RSI will go higher, and you'll be thinking, but he said it was a bullish divergence. Why isn't this reversing? This can keep going lower, right? Just because bearish divergence is waning, or bearish momentum is waning, doesn't mean it's going to reverse immediately. My favorite example of this is oil. If you go to the US oil chart on the weekly in 2018, it had months and months of bullish divergence. It wanted to reverse, and it eventually did, but it took months. So just keep that in mind when people are talking about divergences. It says be careful shorting here because this will reverse sooner rather than later. Also be a cautious buyer here because it's a reversal potential, but not a reversal immediately. Now, if we're talking about the chart pattern, the head and shoulders, this is on the 4 hour, but this was a 34-day chart pattern as far as duration. Anything over 20 days for BTC and ETH has been money as far as bias is concerned. So seeing a 34-day pattern on an altcoin is massive for bias. I talked about this on Twitter, not to pat my own back. Many other people saw this, not just me. It doesn't matter. The point is, this is a very obvious do not buy situation when it crosses this horizontal line, the court of last resort, the support line here. When that breaks, it's game over. It's game over, man. And that's certainly what happened. You do also occasionally, but not every time, get these throwbacks to the previous support, which becomes resistance. I put VPVR on here because I'm trying to show there's really no support relatively. There's support around 15. There's support around 5, 6. You could argue support at the previous consolidation level, which it currently is in. if you measure this out, as you typically do for Head and Shoulders, you get 0. Because this is a log chart, not a line chart, it's hard to exactly see that. But measured moves aren't going to help you here. Fibs aren't going to help you here. Comp, another despair doom. Why would you buy this, right? Like, I'm sorry, why would you buy this? You could say, Josh, I'm going to catch some knives here, man. I'm going to become a part of the community, man. 100 is the psychological support, 50 is the psychological support. Other than that, this is one of those where you just put some bids low and pray that it doesn't go lower. This is a perfect example. Okay, put some bids at like $10, $1. You never know. Liquidity is poor on all these exchanges, right? You might get lucky on a wick. This is one of those situations. You don't care about comp. You don't need to know anything about it. You're just looking at this death thinking, okay, some poor soul is going to just be in absolute tears selling their entire stack because they're just capitulating, right? You're going to be there on the other side picking it up at 10 cents on $1 or whatever, and it's going to immediately bounce. That's the hope when you buy stuff like that at the lows. No bull div here yet, interestingly enough, despite just mega lows. Day over day over day, 4 hour, by the way. Just, no hope in sight there. This, ideally, if you want hope, you want this to base at some point. You want an inverted Head and Shoulders, an Adam and Eve, an ascending triangle. You want something where there's an indication that selling has stopped. UMA looks probably the saddest of them all. Just absolute death on the line chart, absolute devastation, catastrophic end times. I mean, it hit 20, it's at 6. No bull div yet. Why would you buy that? NXM, no bull div yet. This is starting to base. It's a little early. This is on the 1 hour. So this could base over the course of today, right? Like, that's the problem with watching low time frames. You just have to be super keyed into this. But no bull div yet. I wouldn't touch it personally. Wait for the base. Here's Ren, another example of a potential Head and Shoulders with the diagonal neckline. No bull div yet. It's got plenty of support lower. 12-hour chart. So this is a decently long duration for a chart pattern. Just doesn't look like anything I'd want to buy or hope to buy. Serum. Sammy boy, you've let us down. No bull div here. Just complete devastation. This is more reminiscent of capitulation when you're seeing price go from 160 to 110. I mean, that's capitulation, I think. I don't have volumes on any of these charts other than VPVR, but that's another thing to watch for. If volume spikes to like all-time highs on a wick or a candle, that's a good capitulatory fear sign. At this point, you're hoping for a mean reversion. Back to that 200 period EMA. This is banned. One of these that have mean reverted and not completely devastated to 0. Lots of support, way lower. Some support here at 150, something like that, which is quite a ways down here. So if this 200 doesn't hold, it's going to get ugly. Ampleforth, no idea what this is. Doesn't look good. I don't know what you expect from a buy here. Like, the upside here just looks so limited compared to everything else. Again, I know nothing about any of these other than the chart, so it's whatever, but you could probably even argue a Head and Shoulders here at the bottom, which is always mega bear. Looking at this now, this is actually a great diamond top. You get massive volatility in the middle and sort of equal highs, and then it just dumps off. Just doesn't look bullish in any way, shape, or form. And then lastly, maybe everyone's favorite, Sushi. This is the hourly chart on Binance. You can see you're getting wisps of bullishness here with RSI. Trying to bull div here, trying to base on the hourly. It's really hard to trust a div unless it's on the 4 hour for me, because this can just keep resetting over and over again. It'll bull div, go back to 50 on RSI, dump again, bull div, go back to 50. Like, this can just happen over and over and over again. That becomes less probable the lower it goes, just because the sellers eventually run out, right? You're either a part of the community or you're panicking here, or coins are being unlocked, whatever, doesn't matter. But if you're looking at just the chart, you're looking for some bullishness here on some high time frame. Ideally, eventually you flip to the 4 hour when there's enough chart history, and you can say, all right, there's a bull div here, there's something going on here that warrants a buy. But right now, none of these coins look good to me. And a week from now, all this stuff might be up 200,000%. I don't know, but none of this, just nothing looks good. Nothing looks good. It's that simple. it gives me joy. It does. It gives me joy to say that because I think most of the stuff is garbage. See you next week.